to Michigan State at USC. This is the cross-country trip that we hear about all the time, and Michigan State has not won a regular season game on the West Coast. They've not won a regular season game west of Boulder, Colorado since 1957. They did win the Rose Bowl back, 2014 when that happened, so
Yep.
they won that one, but they have not won a regular season game west of Boulder, Colorado since 1957. Zach, I have some concerns about this one for Michigan State. Nick Marsh was banged up last game. McKay Frazier was banged up as well. Luka Vincic, their offensive lineman that I talked about before, he looks like he's out for a while. Connor Moore, their left tackle, who's come in and done a pretty good job for him, he is questionable. And then the kick returner, Alante Brown, is out long-term as well. USC got a little bit of their own. Chasen Johnson out short-term. Brian Jackson and Alex Graham are doubtful to play. Their third wide receiver, Prince Stratton, he is nearing a return. We'll see if he actually does. He didn't play versus Purdue, but I don't think any of those are nearly as big as some of the injuries that Michigan State has. Gives me some concern for the Spartans.
Yeah. Is Nick Marsh definitely out, or is he just banged up?
Just questionable.
Okay. I would imagine he would go in this game. Like a game of this magnitude, they're 3-0. I would think, especially with the bye week coming, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Although they could say, hey, he's too hurt that we're actually going to save him for 2 weeks. So
yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, if I'm like, I hate to be this guy, but if I'm Michigan State, you're going on this huge trip. This is a USC team that's rolling right now, doing a really good job. You got Nebraska coming up. I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect Nebraska or anything like that, but just because of the travel more than anything else, you probably look at that Nebraska game. That's after a bye, right? They get a bye, and then Nebraska. You're probably looking at that Nebraska game as like, that's a much more winnable game for us to try and bring all these guys back, right?
yeah, I think so.
And like I said, I'm not trying to say Nebraska is not as good as USC or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you get more time for them to rest. It's a closer trip than all the way out to LA. Like,
Yeah. If I could make a counterpoint.
okay.
One thing that I think has been encouraging for Michigan State offensively, like they've scored over 40 in their past 2 games. Now I know Boston College isn't great. Youngstown State's an FCS team. But like Aiden Childs has been throwing the ball really well. They've been utilizing his legs, which I think is good. They have other weapons besides Nick Marsh, Jack Velling at tight end. So like there is a counterpoint where you say, hey, USC's defense is not the greatest. And we saw that in the Purdue game, right? Like they got a lot of turnovers, which is what really, I think, turned that game. But like, I think Michigan State can score. So like, I think you could make an argument where you're like, hey, Nick, let's push it this game, because I think if we have you out there, we actually have a shot to put up some points.
I mean, maybe. I do still have some concerns about the USC secondary, but I find it really hard to believe that Michigan State's going to have very much success running the ball. In this one, the USC front seven was much more improved in that Purdue game. Now, I will say I don't think Purdue has the best offensive line in the world, but neither does Michigan State. So, and the other issue there is that USC's done a really good job of getting to the quarterback. I think on like 39 of 31 dropbacks, on 31 of 39 dropbacks in that Purdue game, Ryan Brown was under pressure. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's absolutely crazy.
That's gonna be rough.
If USC can do that against Purdue, I'm not saying Michigan State is Purdue, but I do think Michigan State probably has a similar offensive line situation to, especially with Vincic out, to what Purdue has.
Do you think Child's mobility will be more of a factor than Brown's?
No, because I don't think he's going to get a backward pass that goes directly into his lap.
Well,
he runs 20 yards into the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to say, right? It just kind of depends on how the game goes for Aiden Childs. I mean, they'll obviously put in some stuff for him to run, but they're not going to. I don't think they're going to put together, a bunch of running packages as much as Purdue does for Ryan Brown, personally.
Yeah. Well, all of this is centered on the Michigan State offense. I don't think that's what's going to determine the game anyway. Like I think Michigan State could score in the upper 20s, which I think would be good for them. I think USC's going to score in the 40s because I think USC's offense is going to exploit Michigan State's defense, right? Michigan State has allowed 24 to Youngstown State, allowed 40 to Boston College. Not great offenses, and USC has a great offense. Jaden Mayava is, I believe, the most highly rated quarterback through 3 games or through 3 weeks of the season.
It depends. Like Dylan Rill is like the highest in efficiency in the nation right now. Jaden Mayava, I think he's one of the highest graded, if not the highest graded on PFF. He might still be the passing leader on like fewer dropbacks. At least he was going into the season or going into the week last week. So, yeah, I mean, Jaden Mayava is one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He's not really getting credit for it, but he should.
And then, I mean, in addition to that, I mean, we were on Waymon Jordan. He's a dude at running back.
He is, and Eli Sanders has been really good too. I mean, Eli Sanders, he hits that hole and he goes. I mean, there is no hesitation with him. Waymon Jordan, a little bit more of a power back. He wasn't necessarily that where he was at before. What was it, Division II, FCS, something like that. He was really more of an all-purpose kind of back, but here in the Big Ten, he's kind of more of a power back, which is fine. You give it to him in the short yardage situations. But they're both really good. As long as USC doesn't get away from the run too much this season, they're going to be a pretty balanced offense that can move the ball down the field in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, I don't think the Spartans have enough on defense to really slow them down.
Yeah, I mean, they do have like Jordan Hall, and Wayne Matthews has been better, at linebacker, but that defensive line is kind of what gives me more concern.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, USC favored in this one by 18.5. The over-under set at 56.5 on FanDuel. That line went up. It came out opening as a 17.5, and so people are obviously putting more money on USC here. I tend to agree with that, so I'm going to have USC covering in this one 38-17 over Michigan State, but I am going to take the under. I don't know. I don't know if Michigan State's going to score enough for it to go over with the travel and everything else. Maybe their defense holds USC a little bit, takes away some of the explosives. But, yeah, I got USC covering in this one and winning.
I also have USC covering, barely covering, but covering. I have higher scoring. I think because USC is at home, they're going to want to put on a show. And I could see where Michigan State scores a couple of garbage time touchdowns. So I have 45-27.
All right, we'll see how that one goes.